evil science and magic buddies.
Hello and welcome to the Cryptonaut podcast presents Evil Science and Magic Buddies, the show within the show, the conspiracy of the conspiracy, the Crypto Roundtable Listener Stories, Part 24.
Yeah.
We're going
24.
deep, 24 parts here. Now, this episode, okay, actually comes out on the 30th of October. You know what that is?
The last day, the day before Halloween.
The eve of Halloween.
Yeah, not the last day.
yeah,
The last day of October before the apotheosis of all that is glorious
Yes.
about autumn,
Yeah.
and then November.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I kind of let myself down this spooky season by like being too bummed about like the oncoming Christmas and not getting into the pumpkins like I should be.
You still have time,
No,
sir.
I do, and I've changed it. I've had my own little Tiny Tim moment.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Are you going to get a leg of lamb for the poor family down the street? What are you going to do?
Holy
I know,
shit,
what is
do.
going on?
Yeah.
Or Snickers bars for fucking...
Dude, Scrooge came by and he's like, "Here's a ham."
Oh.
And I'm enjoying my fucking my Christmas, my fucking Halloween ham.
Hating Christmas is no excuse not to celebrate Halloween.
I think
you
I just-
can't let it get in your craw.
No, I think
Yeah.
I've just been so busy with the kids and everything. I haven't had time to really take in take all the shit in.
Yeah.
But now that we're coasting towards the end,
It's beautiful.
I'm giving myself some time. Told Chris I'm out in the yard 3 hours burning cardboard, drinking beers alone. It's
Right
good.
on.
It's good autumn.
Yeah. Burning cardboard. You
Nothing
know.
weird. No.
Exactly.
Totally healthy. Yeah.
Dude, even Nicole's like, you look like a psychopath just out there alone.
Burning.
Just burning cardboard.
Sipping beer.
Drinking cigarettes.
it's the
I mean,
catharsis.
Drinking cigarettes.
Drinking
Yeah.
beers.
Burning beer and
I
drinking
was,
cigs.
I was not smoking cigarettes in the yard, Jesus. But yeah.
You know,
no.
it's funny because Peyton, who is also God lover, a totally, adorer of Halloween. She's like, I have a breakdown. I have like postpartum depression, like February.
Yeah, man.
She can't watch a horror film for like 2 months because it feels like it's betraying Halloween. I'm not like that at all. I'm like completely in denial. Like November 1st is like Halloween extended.
No,
I stretch that shit
yes,
like a
me too.
rubber band and it never
Yeah.
breaks
Yeah.
because the love of Halloween cannot break. But it probably is distended in all fairness. But I will push that shit until Thanksgiving, until turkey times.
I do
can
the
take
same
my
thing.
fucking my mind off.
It is
of
Halloween until Thanksgiving for me.
100%.
I've nothing's changed for me. I'm still pumpkins. I'm into it.
Yep.
I'm into everything.
I ignore all the accoutrement of
Yeah, me
Christmas,
too.
give zero fucks, and I'm just happy to be in perpetual Halloween until it's Turkey Day. Then I'll indulge. No, I mean it's not even against the Christ. I'll indulge like the Santa Claus, the commercialized bullshit that Coca-Cola presented us with a century ago. I'm okay with all that.
Yeah, totally.
I'll buy gifts. I'll receive gifts. I'll love it, and then I will put it to gentle bed and say, "Try not to die in your sleep, Christmas," and then fucking move on to New Year and the rest of the
Do
day.
you put Christmas in hospice? Is that what you do?
Oh, I try, but
You're
you
like,
know
"Here you
what?
go."
It wakes up every time,
son of a
rejuvenated and
bitch.
happy.
It sure does.
Well, regardless, we're here. We are doing it. Yes, listener stories. Robert, we got some fun ones this eve, some creepy, spooky ones, and I got a little bit of a theme. We'll see as this unravels. We'll see what the theme is.
We
But,
decided last week's theme was blasts from the past.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
We did.
And every time you've had a theme, and I love this. I love that you're doing this, and I love that your themes evolve. Like you'll call me like, "I got this great theme," and then you're like, "Oh, I got a better theme," and then you're like, "Oh, fuck that, I was an idiot." Super theme, and I'm like, "Yes," and
Yeah.
and you never tell me what they are. You just tell me
No.
how they improve.
Sometimes when we had like a last minute entry, just so happened to come together perfectly. But yeah, no, I'm super excited for these. These are super dope. If you want to send your stories in, because we will be doing more listener stories in the future, send them to cryptonautpodcast@gmail.com or just go to cryptonautpodcast.com. There's a submission form. You can do it there. But if you're like, man, I would really want to, send my stuff in, but I'm not sure, just send it. That's all you got to do. Just be as descriptive as you can. You don't have to write you don't got to do like pages and pages, but just, be as descriptive as you can.
Absolutely.
And shoot it over to us. And everything that we get, we keep. We don't get rid of anything.
Not
So-
a word. All of it's preserved. All of it's accredited.
Yes.
We won't do anything with it to betray your anonymity, except we'll give your first name unless you specifically require us not to.
Right.
And if we ever want to do something with it in the future, we will do so with your permission.
Yeah, no, totally. Totally. So feel free to send those stories in. Robert, our first story here is coming to us from Z.
Oh, is that the only name? Was that the chosen name?
That is the from what I can tell, the name is just Z.
Okay, because what I know from the name I'm looking at, it is literally like a mashup of Omen and Grease.
Yeah, Yes.
And I know only Mark, Chris, and I can see it right
That's
now.
100%.
And the
Yes.
person that will be hearing this and knows that it's their story, understand what I'm saying. It's literally like someone's like, yeah, no, like the devil's son, and we want to like raise him and do all sorts of cool shit. But also we want songs, John Travolta, slick back hair, and Olivia Neutron Bomb.
Yes, exactly.
And I love
Well,
your fucking name.
it is.
You
yes.
mean Adrian Smed
Yeah.
and Michelle Pfeiffer is what you mean.
Oh, you know why I love
shit.
Grease too? You know, you and I are
Come on
one of
now.
the only two people, and I think
No,
my little
I
sister.
fuck with Grease
No.
too.
Oh,
Grease
you
2
do?
rules.
I do
yeah.
too.
Reproduction
Mo
is
likes
a great
it.
song.
Loves Grease too.
And our good friend Mo too. So, and also fucking Cool Rider. Cool Rider.
It's undefeatable.
Gives
It
me
is.
a tent pole almost every time I hear it. Not literally, but in my heart.
Yeah.
It's the tent pole
yeah.
in my heart.
It's a heart erection.
It definitely is a
Yeah.
heart boner,
Soul
as I
boner.
like to call
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
Soul boner. That's even better.
a soul boner.
When Pepe, I just have to digress for a second. When she was in like 8th grade and was reading like weird romantic fan fiction that didn't go like as deep as like the pornographic shit does because she was still a kid, she would read about like movie characters like when Darth Maul fell in love with fucking, I don't know, the girl from Twilight, whatever, fill in the blanks. I fucking couldn't help but I'm like, baby, I've got so many good books you can read, so many good things you can lay your eyes on. Why are you doing this? Like, I enjoy it. So when she left her browser open and she never did it again, I wrote, I love your work so much. It gives me a heart boner. And then she was like disqualified from that author's fucking work. She's like, I never finished that book. And I'm like, you can thank me later. It took her about 12 years. And then she was like, thank you, Uncle Rob. But before then, she was livid.
Yeah.
Because heart boners ruined her ability to read. Literally, it was the wedding planner. I've never even seen the movie, but it was like, I was planning his wedding, but the way he looked at me was sumptuous. It was just the fucking worst.
No,
Yeah.
garbagey.
No.
I'm not. Hey, apply your work. Be the artist that is you. But
Yeah.
fucking, that was heart boner garbage. Needless to say,
Heart boner.
we're in
Anyway.
the Omen, fucking Greaserville, fucking town of Z, and we are about to read a little story, and it goes like this. A little background. I have grown up listening to stories about the paranormal. Ghosts, aliens, and monsters, all of it. Flipping through old copies of Fate magazine, good on you. Listening to my grandparents' ghost stories and watching all of the trash documentaries I could watch. Oh my God, this is me.
Yeah,
Really?
you're right.
Hence why I love this pod so much. So my story takes place on Long Island. I was around 7, and it was just me and my mom living in an apartment attached to my grandparents' home in the suburbs. I don't know the exact time other than it was at night during the summer. I was in my mom's bed because her room was the only one with AC. For some reason, my room only had one damn window, and it took years of convincing to fill it with an AC of my own. Anyway, the incident. I remember waking up, wide awake in the night. My mom was next to me, and the streetlights and the moon shone through the windows. I looked straight ahead, and I saw it. Crouching down and facing the wall was a short, hooded figure rocking back and forth. Nope, Phil.
Nope.
Straight right there.
Right.
That's Phantasm. I mean, it's a Jawa if all you've ever seen is Star Wars.
No, yeah, that's the deal.
Once you've seen Phantasm, you're like, fuck you.
Yeah, no, they're the worst little garbage can dwelling interdimensional shitheads ever.
Now, this was before I watched Star Wars on VHS. Nice. So I didn't know what a Jawa was. This is also before I saw Phantasm. Oh,
Yep.
shit. Oh my God, this is me. And the Whedians on the cover of Sleep's Dope Smoker. I don't even know what Whedians are. He's double diving deeper than I could.
It's a record from Sleep, and it's a fucking awesome record. It's
okay.
an awesome. Don't sleep on Sleep. They fucking rule.
All right.
Yeah, fucking stoner rock, dude.
I laid there watching this thing in profile. No real detail other than it was hooded. I thought it may have been a pile of clothes and a trick of the light. First step, be a skeptic.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
I watched it for a while, even though it was rocking slowly, silently, almost like it was praying. I still tried to explain it away as something. Then it stopped. I remember being afraid then. Not terrified, more of a, nope, I don't need this fear that I can totally identify with. Then it started to slowly turn and look at me. The fuck it did. Oh, I hate that. Boogeyman protocol kicked in and I shut my eyes and refused to open them. Hail. Yes, that's what you
Yes.
do. I knew it would be right next to me if I did. I fell back asleep. That's also
Man,
the
that is-
narcolepsy of childhood saves you from so many goddamn demons.
I would never fall back asleep.
Yes, you would.
I couldn't.
The exhaustion of a small child always wins.
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's true. If you're a kid, I mean, if I have a weird dream now, I'm up. I'm like, I gotta take a leak. I'm gonna be up for 10 hours now, thinking about whatever.
Yeah.
I'm never
Oh
gonna
yeah,
sleep again.
you've got like 7 cups of coffee in you. There's a
Yeah.
billion reasons why, as adults, prostates only being one of them,
Yeah.
that you don't
Yeah.
fall fucking back asleep.
Existential dread.
But as a kid, everything's exhaustive and everything is victimizing potentially. From fucking, from everything to anything, from pineapples to fucking school bullies. Anything can be trouble or anything can be some shit that just basically walks past you and you don't need to worry about it. So when you are exhausted from a long day of fucking around and going to school and doing everything else, you will fall back asleep no matter how terrified you are. I know this because I spent so much of my childhood terrified. So it makes sense.
Aww.
That's all right. I'm good now.
I know,
Look at me now.
but-
Look at me
Look at
fucking
me
now.
being
huh?
not terrified of the world.
Strutting through the world like I own this motherfucker, scared of nothing but cancer and fucking, I don't know,
Exactly. Existential dread.
fucking bad knees. I'm good.
Anxiety, depression, bad knees.
Them monsters ain't got
Yeah.
shit on me now.
As we're all falling apart and slowly dying.
But babies are
Oh,
fucking
boy.
Oh, there
scared.
it is.
And little kids will fall back asleep no
Yep.
matter how scared they are.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
In the morning, I was the first up and checked to see if it was indeed just a pile of laundry. It wasn't. There was nothing there. I never saw it again. I never mentioned it to my mom. Almost 30 years later, we have both moved to Pennsylvania, and my wife and I were over at my parents' house for dinner, and we were talking about paranormal stuff. I'm a believer of Bigfoot, monsters, excuse me. My mom thinks that's insane, but tells me about the ghosts in the house, and my stepdad says we're both crazy, and then tells us Jesus was an alien.
Oh, okay.
The hypocrisy of paranormal love.
That just sounds like an awesome dinner.
Oh my God.
Like, I wish I was there.
Oh, that beats the shit out of so many other dinners I've
dude,
been to.
Same. Oh my God.
My parents were talking about some documentary about ghosts, and I finally said, I saw something when I was a kid. My mom casually says, I bet you did in that house. What the fuck does that mean? I ask. She then tells me this story. When my grandparents, my aunt and uncle moved into the house in the 70s, they had bunk beds set up in a room before the kids' bedrooms were ready. My mom and aunt shared the bottom bunk, and my uncle had the top. One night, my mom was woken up by my uncle screaming. My grandparents ran into the room and asked what was wrong. My uncle said someone was standing at the foot of the bed staring at him, a black shape with glowing red eyes. Now, new house and all that, this could easily be dismissed. I call bullshit, but okay. But my grandpa was a believer, so he checked the foot of the bed to see if anything was there. He found 2 wet, bare human footprints. Like a good Roman Catholic, he then told everyone, that's it. We're going to church tomorrow.
Man, I don't know if
That's-
that's going to solve things.
That's,
But
no, dude, that's what you got to
Moist
do.
prints, church.
Yeah, that's right.
Red eyes, church.
Church,
I
get
mean,
it.
You got to bring church to the home.
Oh, you do. But then you got to make sure the emissary of the church is up for the job. Because not only have we seen this from movies dating back to, I think, Amityville Horror, because I was not an expert in horror films as a kid. I mean, I was. I saw horror films from the time I was like 5 years
for
old.
Yeah, for
And-
sure.
But the Catholic Church, because that was the church I was raised in, and so that's something. That's the bullshit that I understood a little bit better as a kid. When a priest came in, that shit was solved. You took care of that. Then you saw
Yeah.
Amityville, and Rod Steiger went into the room of flies,
Yeah.
and he ran away like a puss, just going, no, I can't help you. Sorry. Good house. See ya.
You
Yeah.
fucking
Invite
jetted.
me back for brunch. And I was like, the church has failed.
Yeah.
The Lord is bound by
Yeah.
the darkness.
Church is
Well, I mean,
failed.
in school, I mean, that's your whole thing is the church wins every time.
Every
Like,
time.
God wins. You just do this. Everything's going to be okay.
The God is John Wayne. The God, I call him.
I mean, I'm
right.
the Duke.
Yahweh
yeah.
is John
And
Wayne.
the Duke does
Johnny
not fail.
Cash.
No.
Yep. Well, but he
He's
can stumble. Yeah. But, all right.
I'm saying it
Metaphors
just
aside.
attitude wise.
Yes.
That's what they
Oh,
teach
yeah.
you. But,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
He's
when a
got
priest
mad
runs away
swagger.
in a movie, that's the true terror if you were a kid in Catholic.
So you remember.
100%.
100%. It's devastating.
Yeah.
You're like, the
oh,
fuck
boy.
just happened?
Yep. Well,
Evil wins tonight. and then you don't ever sleep again.
Never sleep.
No, there you go.
I have zero explanation or idea what these things were. The house wasn't that old. It was built in the 50s, and before that, it was all potato farms. As far as I know, those are the only incidents in the house. I wish I could talk to my uncle about this, but he passed a few years ago. We believe he keeps throwing his book of Psalms off the shelf at my parents' house. Thanks for reading. Again, love the pod. And thank you, Z.
Yeah, so you have this when he's a little kid. You have this weird goblin troll like thing in the room, doing some weird praying thing, and then it turns out there actually is a bit of a history here with a dark figure with like red eyes at the foot of a bed. It's kind of
Familial history.
Yeah, which is super weird. So I mean, like it's. You'd think, though, that maybe there would be more hauntings happening, but it's almost like the two occurrences are enough to be like, something's not right.
But it might not have more hauntings occurring if the family is still living in the house, which is what I'm sort of reading into this, or at least some members of the family still live there. If there is sort of like a truce or a détente, or at least, or the invoking of Christ's love and this thing, whatever it is saying, all right, good enough. You do your thing, I'll do mine. And then the next folks that move in sometime, maybe I'll start fucking with them. What interests me more is how people are always very interested in the age of houses. I get that sort of vetting a house, like, seeing how old it is and what its pedigree of paranormal mayhem is sort of how you establish how authentic a haunting is. And when something was built, say in the 50s, and your events happened, say in the 70s or whenever they happened, you're like, oh yeah, it's not that old, so how can it happen? Well, fucking, let's tamp that down a little. You can't put an age on evil. Fucking glowing, fucking sacrilegious, dark things could have been on the land long before. You don't know what demons were doing in America before fucking you were throwing fucking houses on this potato farm.
No, you do bring up a good point, because I guess you're always sort of automatically assuming
it had to be some vile shit that happened in the house.
Yeah, for sure. Instead of the land upon it.
Which I think I had told the story a couple of times, but just real briefly, I had actually worked at a house that there was some weird paranormal stuff happening, and it was actually built like that year.
Right.
It was a brand new house, but what was kind of odd about it, it was in the back side. It's actually just down the street here, as a matter of fact.
Really?
It's on the back side of Fort Hill. And there was like some speculation about like, well, in the backyard, was there like a grave area that no one knew about because it was a part of the old cemetery? Like, could something have been encroaching over there? I'm sure that was probably all taken care of in the survey.
Well, that's definitely poltergeist bullshit.
But then there was the idea of, okay, maybe it's not so much that there's something in the backyard, but it's something from the graveyard that's coming over, which kind of doesn't make sense though, because why would ghosts be in a graveyard? Like, I never really got that part.
That's like what you learn in Paranormal 101.
Exactly, like where the graveyard is
Ghosts
haunted.
don't hang
out. Is it really though?
Where they're buried, they hang out where they die.
I would assume that would be, but why does everybody do graveyard ghost hunts then, man?
Because they're spooky, it's weird, it's full of desiccated flesh.
There's gotta be
it is
ghosts
an
in the
homage to corpses.
But there's got to be some kind of demon or something haunting the
Well,
graveyard.
I mean, there could be an attachment to their own body for some reason. I mean, it could be.
Fort Hill is super creepy because and I keep pointing because our studio is literally right behind Fort Hill Cemetery.
Oh, we're like 100 feet away.
They have those above ground crypts.
Yeah.
That are super creepy. Because you can just kind of like look in there like,
But something that is aesthetically creepy isn't necessarily haunted.
Right. No, it's true. It's true.
And it is visually it's spectacular.
So
it's
maybe
absolutely spectacular.
Yeah. Evil,
but I've walked through there in the dead of night all by myself. I don't know how many times. It's like a shortcut between like pub and home. And it's just like I've just never gotten a weird vibe, but I'm not freaked out by cemeteries.
I think it's awesome. It's just incredible. It's hilly and weird.
Oh, it's so cool
and awesome. And the one time we went at night, we saw a UFO.
Yes, we did.
Not a ghost.
There you go.
Yep.
But
yeah, so maybe the house, maybe it's like you said, maybe it's something from the land, the haunted, the demonic potato farm.
There it is.
Yeah,
potato head.
I mean, betrayed potatoes.
Potato head.
You fucking
Chris said, yeah.
What the fuck am I going to do with that?
Dude, because
besides draw
the old witch, she casts the curse. Keep away from Potato Head unless you're tired of living. His enemies are mostly
the old
dead.
Curse.
Yeah.
I love
Stay
it.
away from Potato Head unless you're tired of living.
Dude.
Bring it home. Let me know more.
I don't remember the rest of it.
That's good enough.
It's from Anyway, from Pumpkinhead, let's try to live in. His enemies are mostly dead. He's big and unforgiving. Something like that. I'm getting it mixed up.
Yeah.
But it's from a Misfits song from the the misfits from
Yeah.
So I could be wrong, but yeah, dude, Potato Head.
Fair enough.
It's coming
Yeah,
to get you.
or I'm pretty sure I told you guys this story on the spot before, but I had a glowing eyes incident at the foot of a bed, but I didn't see a shape.
That's right, you did.
Yeah, when me and my sister shared a room when we were
It was
little.
It was where you lived with your parents, right?
Yeah.
Where,
Wait,
like right where like you guys grew up.
yeah,
Okay. Oh, weird.
yeah. And it was one of those things where I like looked over and I thought I saw red eyes at the foot of her bed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, fuck, okay, so then whatever. Just turn around, ignore it, and I look, and they're still there. But then that's all I remember. Like I must have just ignored it and fell asleep.
Dude,
But I didn't see it.
Case.
Yeah.
Case in point.
But
right
that's
there.
only because I don't remember. I don't remember after. I just remember seeing the eyes, but I don't remember anything what happened after. If I was up for hours and I looked and they were gone, maybe I just don't remember. But
yeah, huh? I
yeah,
don't think I've ever had anything like that where I've
and it was short. I mean, it was at the foot of her bed.
right.
So I mean,
So yeah, it would be. Oh, it's kind of like this little bastard.
what I'm
right
saying.
Red
here.
eyes.
Sure.
What color were the eyes again?
they were red.
Red
for
eyes.
sure.
Like cat-like eyes, almond-shaped eyes,
Yeah,
normal eyes.
I feel like they were just normal eyes. Maybe.
Like red glowing orbs.
Yeah, maybe they were a little more almond shaped. Maybe it's hard. I mean, I was
Yeah, I get it.
I was probably 7 or 8 because I was still in my sister's. Me and my sister shared a room at the time, so I was pretty fucking young. Yeah.
But what's interesting,
It's a demon. A
Get-
demon.
getting back to Z's account, what is interesting, and tell me if I'm wrong, is that what he saw was something small and Jawa-like, and it seemed to be rhythmically moving as if in like a
Yeah.
chanting
Right.
monastic prayer mode. But what his uncle saw, he was on the top bunk, right? Alone, while the aunt and the sister slept down below. This thing must have been much taller.
Well, yeah, because then he saw it at the foot of his bed, and then the next day, his grandfather finds the wet, bare footprints, which is kind of weird. I've never heard of that, like in a ghost thing, like wet footprints.
I'm sure I've definitely heard of like bloody prints or wet prints 100%. Can I cite it? I cannot.
Almost like yeah, but I mean, if
But
it's
the
like
next
water?
fucking day, like we know how water fucking dries,
Yeah, totally.
and that shit is not going to be wet the next day unless that's
Yeah.
paranormal moisture.
Yeah, oh, dude.
Excuse me, metaphysical moisture. You know I need my alliteration.
We don't know what the fuck is below Pennsylvania, but you know what we know? Metaphysical moisture.
Fuck
There
yeah,
you go.
experts.
Yeah,
We're in
I
fact the three
forgot
top
That
guys.
that shit don't dry. You need a dehumidifier.
If someone fucking like calls us about a hydrogeist tomorrow, I'll be like, "Fuck! I wish we didn't claim
God
that.
damn it.
We don't know anything about metaphysical moisture."
Like, Mark, you're the closest to
no
water.
one does.
Yeah, you do. He's the
By the
pipe
way,
guy.
by the way of turds, you're the closest to water.
Be a turd.
I don't know. I got a quarry in my backyard.
That's true. That's true. You do.
I hear the
You
screaming
do.
geese. It's
Well-
screaming geese season.
Oh yeah,
It's
is.
fucking terrifying.
I know, dude. I hate
So I'm
the
like,
sound
why?
of geese.
You just hear cacophony of screaming.
Yeah.
But you can't even tell what it is.
At first,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's
know
awful.
now, but if you don't know,
Yeah.
you'll be like, why do I hear this?
No, they're terrible. I hate the sound of geese.
see, this is fascinating. I have no idea what this could be. Obviously, ghost lore is something that is almost as foreign to us as fucking astrophysics. But that having been said, it seems like there's something there. And why it looks at your uncle and why it doesn't look at you, but seems to be rhythmically, I don't know,
Yeah, I don't know,
engaged in
man.
some sort of meditative effort.
super weird.
But it's freaky as fuck.
yeah, it is.
It's not cool.
No.
I'm glad you finally got your air conditioner. That's the one plus I can
I mean,
say.
also, was that like the only incident that your mom talked about? Like, was there more, or was that the only thing that ever happened? That just happened to
He
be-
wrote that was all that she said. I mean, there could.
What I love is that the dead uncle's like hucking his book of Psalms, like, fucking pay attention.
the dead uncle
Pay
throwing it.
attention.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's awesome. Thank you, Z, for that story.
Or
It's
maybe
awesome.
you need to read that book.
Oh,
That's what I'm
Z,
saying.
Maybe
Does
he's
it fall in
showing
it?
you.
Is it opened
does
up
it
to
fold
like a
like, does it
page?
land on an open
Oh.
page,
Are-
or is a page bent when it falls?
Right.
Because you might need to
And there's a-
recite some shit at
There's
the
a
bunk bed.
message. There's a
And
message.
low. That's it.
Psalms
And
expert
low.
Chris Carnicelli.
Oh, shit. There it is. Thank you, Z, so much. Moving on, boys. Here we got a story coming to us from Sarah. And want me to read the title here?
Please.
Bitten by a ghost.
Oh, fuck. Because
Yeah.
you know what? I don't like ghosts. I don't like fucking things that can like slip through any barrier or have no fucking like physical boundaries. They can torment you in any way they want. And I don't like cryptids because they bite. But the twain aren't supposed to fucking meet.
Well, this is what we get with listener stories, man. The twain shall meet low. Like palms. There you go.
Like palms.
I'm sorry, Psalms.
Oh yeah, no, you're a total
I
Catholic.
totally said palms.
Way to convert,
Yeah.
fuckface.
No, we know. We
Isn't
heard
that, don't they have Palm Sunday? Isn't that a thing? Where you
Yeah,
guys
that-
get
palms.
palms?
Yeah.
Yes, because of palm leaves that are.
Is that where
fucking,
you get the thing,
Yes.
the ashes or whatever?
But it's still Psalms.
Good,
man.
good recovery, though. Good recovery.
No, it's terrible.
Oh, I was thinking of Palm Sunday. That's
Wait,
what
how do I Darvo this?
Yeah.
I don't blame us somehow.
I gotta figure out. You guys didn't tell me. You don't even know. You can't get on my level of palms. You have no clue.
You never sipped the wine.
the S was silent, not the P.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you ever fucking cheat the wine in the back of the fucking sacristy with your
No.
buddies, with the older
never
altar
an
boys?
altar.
He doesn't know.
I was never an altar
Chris
boy.
and I know
Did you
what
ever
that's
crush
about.
communion on the down low?
Oh man, it fucking fills my belly, the Lord.
No, I think
Dude, you
That is a
back and
hungry
crush
day.
some
dude,
communion.
that's fucking.
Well, we had different because I mean,
communion.
my one church was Roman Catholic, so there's wafers,
Sure.
but my other one was Ukrainian Catholic, so it was chopped up bread.
Oh shit, that's legit.
Yeah, so it was like
Oh, that's way better.
Oh, was it like
dude.
garlic Tuscan, or was it just like
it was-
legit, like Italian bread?
No, it was just fucking Italian
like
bread.
some like
That's still good.
still that's
cubed
dope.
bread. Yeah,
How do you not eat bread?
Get a little sauce.
what I'm saying,
Get a little
man.
marinara. Little blood of the Christ. That dip it.
Where's Father? He's over. He's in the fucking balcony. He's crushing communion. Well, it was pre-communion. It was just it's bread.
Oh, if it's just bread, then come on, it's just
Just
bread.
a bunch of kids eating stale bread. Like fuck, go. Quick,
Yeah.
we don't have to see us.
Well, on the other hand, on the East End with me and my boys, we were fucking pounding the communion wine in the back because the 12-year-olds
Oh,
were getting
yeah,
us
the wine
fucking
for
like
sure.
10-year-olds were like going, come on. It was like fucking like cooking sherry. It tasted terrible.
Yeah, no, it was
yeah.
awful.
We were
It was
just
barely-
fucking hitting it hard.
You know, I think I took a couple of swigs out of that at like the Knights of Columbus because I was a part of that for a little bit. I guess I'm not sure
Sure.
how or why.
You had communion wine at Knights of Columbus?
Yeah, we were at the Knights of Columbus, and there was like a communion wine there and then we were like, oh yeah, fuck, it was probably cooking wine, and we're like, oh dude, this is a killer.
Oh
And-
yeah. So again, it was pre-communion. It was just wine. It was not
No,
blessed,
we
yeah.
weren't doing communion in
because it's not like they
there,
blessed
but-
the whole bottle and just stored it there. They did it in the ceremony.
During
See-
the ceremony. That's why we never tasted good. I'm sure after they blessed it, sweet as shit.
I figured like if you joined the Knights of Columbus, I thought you actually got a sword.
Oh,
Yeah,
you did.
Because of night.
we had. Yeah, I figured we were gonna be like knights, and I was too old to. I was a teenager, and we got pizza, and I felt like a.
You were a
fucking-
teenager when you thought you'd get a sword if you joined the Knights of Columbus.
I thought you got swords. You know how like Shriners get the fezzes,
Sure.
and they get all the cool shit. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get a whole fucking get up here, dude, like a fucking sweet sword.
Armor?
Did
Did you think you were going to get armor?
I just thought of a sword for some
At
reason.
least a breastplate,
No,
a
just a
sword, and your
sword.
shield.
Yeah.
First level spells.
Dude, no, and all we had was pizza parties. We got no swords.
Okay.
Pizza's
I
better than
wanted
nothing.
to join the Boy Scouts because I'm like, you get a knife, and my dad's like, you're not joining the Boy Scouts, and I was like, ha, gotcha. I'm Knights of Columbus, get a sword, and yeah,
Wow.
nothing.
Never mind him doing that.
I got nothing. I just got pizza.
So
That's
you
it.
desperately rebelled against your dad's oppression by trying to join a fraternal organization
Yeah.
of boys that help fucking society?
I guess I don't
Boy,
know. I don't even know what
Because
they
you
did.
wanted a bigger stabby
I just
weapon?
I wanted a bigger stabby weapon.
Oh, there had to be other ways.
No, there wasn't. I had no other way to get a stabby weapon.
Okay.
I was not allowed as a child to have stabby weapons.
There it is.
Yeah,
Can we go
I mean,
on?
no
We can.
children, I think, are. But,
we can.
all right, yeah, we're
Thank you.
way off. And you watch too
'Cause-
much Star Wars because you want a fucking melee weapon when you're fucking 10. And you were just going to join orders to get them.
Oh God, Knights of Columbus, Mark. Here we go.
Sarah writes us. Hey, crypto nuts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Burn.
First, I love Jesus Christ. Oh man, where's the aloes? Sick burn.
That's great.
Oh, I can't go on, guys.
Jesus Christ, my lungs. All right.
Oh, it's funny.
I love the show and each of you. Thank you, Sarah. We love you more. Thank you for everything you do. I'm a proud member of the Patreon and tell everyone who will listen that they should check out the show. You fucking rule.
Very
Thank you.
Various
We
pits.
appreciate that.
Secondly, I'd like to assure you that I am a totally sane person. I'm educated, hold down a job, and though I love creepy stories, nothing like the tale I'm about to tell you has happened to me since. Thank God. I apologize that it is so long, but I promise it is worth it. I grew up in a really old house. The basement had been the basement of an old farmhouse that was part of the Underground Railroad. Oop, fucking Harriet Tubman, hometown hero.
Yes, that actually, her grave is just behind us.
Her
How
house
crazy
is just
her
down the
house is
street.
here? Yeah.
Yep.
Her fucking, I guess, not quite a museum, but a fucking
It's
center
a visitor
dedicated.
center, yeah.
Yeah.
Is not but a mile away, barely, less than that.
She is, like you said, she's our hometown hero.
Hell yeah.
There it is.
So, complete with a dry well in the yard that used to be in the middle of a cornfield and provided safe passage for slaves escaping from the South. In the early 1900s, the farmhouse was leveled and a new house was built on the foundation and basement. Needless to say, as a kid, the basement was the single scariest place in the universe as far as I was concerned. Fast forward to the early 80s. I'm 6 years old and my older sister is 10. My parents bought the house as newlyweds and just completed renovating the old attic into what should have been an awesome bedroom for my sister and I, complete with skylights and our own bathroom. A few weeks after moving into our new room, I started waking in the night with a painful start. My scream would bring my mom running to see if I was hurt. Each time I told her that something bit me. I woke up screaming because of a reoccurring dream of a goblin-like creature in a dark robe and hood that covered everything but its green-beaked nose. He would sneak up to the side of my bed, bare his sharp teeth, and bite me somewhere on the back of my arm, shoulder, or back. My mom dismissed it the first few times it happened, but soon she got a bit irritated with running up the stairs every night and decided to turn on the light and actually look at the spot I was complaining about. To her surprise, there was a fresh red bite mark on my shoulder, a spot that I couldn't have reached myself. Of course, she decided that my 10-year-old sister was to blame. I get rationale. Rationale is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but when the
that's
kid is saying she's getting bit by a goddamn goblin, you got to fucking take it into account. You got to be like, maybe we got a goddamn goblin problem, dude. Or fucking, yeah.
All right.
I got kids.
Pause for a second. Before jumping to like fucking goddamn goblin problems, which is possibly a legitimate thing,
Yeah.
measure the bite mark. See if it's comparable.
Oh.
If the dentition looks like Sis's bite, all right.
I went right to all-out goblin
Have her
warfare.
bite some Play-Doh.
I
or some
did,
shit.
yeah. I'm like, I will kill each of these goblins and their entire goddamn
I've
families.
never seen them.
If it's a different size,
But you said,
I don't care. I'm going to mow the little asses down. All right.
listen, goblin rage is usually fucking legit.
Well,
Keep it festering in your heart.
I know. I will.
Keep the flames
I
of
will.
goblin hate burning.
I will.
But
Okay.
let's not blame goblins that don't need blame.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Though my sister denied it, as a punishment, she was made to sleep on the couch downstairs. Oh, goblin free in fucking 83.
There you go.
So good for her. Gee, thanks, Mom. Leave me alone with the scary goblin. Yeah, Sarah, I'm right with you. Now, my sister was super pissed at me, and I'm all alone in a creepy room with a goblin that keeps biting me in my sleep. That fucking encapsulates it.
Yep.
That's a nightmare. Jesus fucking Christ. After a month or so of bad dreams and bites several nights a week, oh, how do you explain that, Mom?
Yeah.
Is this coming up three
Sis
flights
is
of fucking
downstairs.
stairs to
Yeah.
sneak her
Sneaking in.
teeth?
Exactly. The biting continues. The
biting
war on
continues.
goblins will rage.
Fair enough. Sharpen the sticks.
That's right.
My favorite uncle, younger than my mom and much cooler, as most uncles are, and we're all uncles, so I can say that,
There you go.
came to dinner. He noticed that my sister and I weren't speaking and that my mom was exhausted. When he heard what had been happening, he took me aside. He said that the next time the scary goblin attacked me, I should confront it. I should try to hit it and tell it to go away. Of course, when your cool uncle gives you advice, you take it. Some days later, I had the dream again. My uncle had basically told me about lucid dreaming, and it bolstered my confidence. When the goblin came, I hopped out of bed and tried to hit him, shouting, "Go away." He was faster than me and ducked and ran into a far wall in our converted attic room. The wall that he ran to now had a little glowing doorway in it, and he ran inside with a gross giggle.
And this is why we wage war with goblins.
Yeah, gross giggles are no bueno.
No. One of those.
Yeah. Garb.
I hate it.
I chased, excuse me.
Bastard.
I chased him to the wall and looked inside. I saw him take his place at the end of a dark tunnel next to an old man with thinning hair, a white t-shirt, gray trousers, and suspenders. This took a turn.
Sure shit does.
I did
Super
not-
short left.
Dude, that's why this had come in and I saved it and didn't get a chance to review it. And then it's tonight as I'm preparing, I read this and was like, oh, fuck.
I just did a shot of whiskey for the suspenders.
What up, Sarah?
Yeah, this just turned into fucking Labyrinth.
Oh my
Dude.
God.
Look, I'm telling you, there's a tunnel, there's a dollar store, David Bowie here.
Dude, oh, shit.
Wow.
Dance, magic, dance.
Yeah. What the fuck?
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Get ready. This is the beginning, dude. It gets there.
I mean, I feel terrible for Sarah, but I'm fucking fascinated right now.
Sarah. Oh, just like in Labyrinth, Sarah.
There it is.
Yeah.
You got the three little balls going.
Yeah. Fuck.
Anyway.
I love Jennifer Connelly and the Henson team.
I love Jennifer Connelly.
And of course, David Bowie.
Oh, big
No, I do. I love that
rips.
movie.
Big goddamn rips. We
Hell
lost.
yeah.
We lost Bowie.
All right.
Okay.
Old man, thinning white hair, white t-shirt,
Suspenders.
gray trousers. I'm assuming red suspenders, not specified.
Okay.
The old man patted the goblin on the shoulder as if to say, "Good job." I backed away, ran to my bed, and hid under the impenetrable child armor of a big blanket. Here.
We know the rules.
Though I was scared, I felt like I'd done a good job and sent the goblin packing. When the dreams and bites didn't come back, I thought I'd fix the problem for good. You can add a dun 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 here, I'm sure.
Yep.
A few years later, my parents decided to renovate the main floor of the estate. They gutted it back to the studs. As they did, they discovered a cabinet built into the wall above their bedroom closet that had been painted and wallpapered over. That's always the weirdest.
Yeah.
likes that
Weird
stuff.
secret cabinet room thing.
100%.
Yeah.
And there is something definitely that ties in with renovations and fucking paranormal events. Sometimes you assume it's ghosts. It's easy to go to the Beetlejuice route of, it's ghosts not wanting to see the shit they love changed.
Right.
But it could be like by changing fundamental things in our world, we are affecting things, especially if it's an interdimensional border. If I dare say, a parting of the veil.
Oh.
If it is one of those window areas, I'll keep going.
Yeah, okay. It's
If it's
fine.
one of these places and you change architecture, you might be changing some of the fundamental foundations of another world, and fucking old men in suspenders and goblins might be going, the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, but
I'm
sometimes
going to bite your
but
kids.
you know what? Open concept, man. Leave the children alone. Embrace the open concept. You don't need that wall. Is it load bearing? No, take it down.
How do you
There's
know,
too
though?
many walls at the house. Okay,
You know,
too many
it's
Well,
all
walls.
that
big
means
studio,
nothing
a
here.
studio house.
Yes,
like
too
studio
many
apartment house.
walls.
Everything's
Too many
load bearing
walls.
in the other
I
dimension.
don't like too open. Like if my
Everything's
bedroom's too big, I can't sleep.
See, I love big open. Like
Oh, no,
like
I'm
my,
with Chris.
How my basement is just so open
I
like
don't-
that. I love it.
I don't want to be like fucking claustrophobic, but
No.
I need some snuggles.
Right.
Yeah.
A 10 by
No.
10 is good for a bedroom.
Sure.
Anything bigger, I'm like, no, you're
Nah.
seeping
What am I
in
going to
from
do with all
angles.
that space?
Dude, I need to open. I need to be able to breathe and feel.
I got the studio for fucking. What am I going to do with a big bedroom? Oh, wait, I can't fuck here anymore. We'll get to that later.
Oh yeah, that sign.
Yeah, none of us can.
Nope.
All right.
We have the goddamn signage to prove it. Okay.
But seriously, though, I mean, besides the general idea, and this is not a new thought, that renovation can really create havoc, perhaps interdimensionally, but certainly in the paranormal realm, just the idea of something that is painted and wallpapered over as if to say, no, this
No,
thing
they're-
never existed.
they're trying to
this
hide it.
fucking cabinet, of all things, a cabinet never existed. That's just, not only is it fascinating and it instantly intrigues, but it also,
You know what,
it makes your stomach flip
Oh,
with
well,
horror.
Sarah's got a thing right here.
All right, we're going to get to it. I
Oh,
just
this
needed to
is-
say where I stood on this.
Oh no, this is pretty fucking.
My sister and I were stoked. Maybe there would be treasure in there.
See?
Instead, my parents found photo albums of the family who owned the house before they bought it back in the early 70s.
You're looking for treasure, and guess what you get?
Who leaves behind photo albums?
Scary pictures.
Yeah.
And one type of people,
Yeah.
the dead.
Oh,
The
dun,
haunted and dead.
Yeah.
oh, dun dun dun.
Or people that don't like their family.
Or the dead haunted.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't name the dead.
Oh, don't.
Hello.
Mark Story. Hello.
They let my sister and I flip through them, and I shit you not, there was a picture of the old man I saw in my hallway dream. dressed exactly the same as I had seen him, complete with suspenders and the same smile. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm not in.
I ran to my mom with the album shouting, "Mom, he's in here. The old man I saw in my dreams, the guy with the goblin." When the dreams had stopped, she'd shown little interest in my defeat of the goblin and just seemed happy that I wasn't having nightmares anymore. But when I showed her the picture in the book, she went pale, took the album from me, and took it straight to my dad. They had one of those whispered conversations that parents have when they're panicking but don't want their kids to know. Oh, God, we all know that.
Yep.
So, of course, my sister and I were dying to know what was going on. They really didn't have a choice but to explain because we were clearly not going to let it go. They sat us down, and my dad started off with his whole, "We didn't tell you about this because we didn't want to scare you. But now we think you're old enough and you're brave enough, right? You won't get scared, right?" We lied through our teeth.
Of course.
You have to. No one's ever going to be like, "No, I'm too scared. Let this sword of Damocles of horror hang over me forever."
Yeah, you can't. You can't give. If the kid's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I'm not afraid,"
Yeah.
and inside you're just like, "Oh, I'm gonna pee," and it's over. It's fucking over.
Never gonna sleep again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, no, as soon as your parents say that, you're like, okay, I'm already scared.
Yeah.
So now what?
Oh, you're ruined, but you have to know because
Yeah.
the not knowing is much more
Oh,
terrifying.
you need to know the terror.
But just saying we don't want to scare you immediately gives you the pain in your
the
gut.
Yeah.
the ice water chill in your
Yeah,
veins.
exactly.
100%.
You can't start off with that shit.
No.
Oh, it's terrible.
No, you gotta
If
go
anyone
slow,
ever tells
man.
me, like, sit down before they tell me something, I'm like, I'll punch
no-
you in the face. Tell me immediately.
Yeah, dude. If I get a phone call after 10, I'm like, everyone died. Everyone I know's dead. The planet's fucking gone.
Biden's calling.
I'm
He
gonna
sent
walk
the nukes.
outside. I'm in an asteroid floating in space by myself.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
but we're not paranoid at all. We're
No, not at
legitimately
all.
sane adult men.
No, not at all. Just three old men with their fucking a bear grip on reality.
Feet grounded, fucking just making our way.
Just don't call me after 10.
No, actually, I've gotten a call from Chris before, like in the morning, and I'm like, oh, this is way too early. Something happened.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh my God, why? What's
I
going on?
generally don't call before 10 though.
No,
Like if it's after 10.
It was a real early morning. It was
Really?
it had something to do with like business stuff. It was nothing
okay.
major, but I'm like, oh my God, Chris is calling at 8. This can't be good. Like
The
we're
terror.
all dead.
Yeah.
We all immediately
Yeah.
with death.
Yeah.
We all died.
Yeah.
We're bringing it back. Bringing it back to Sarah.
All right, here we go.
Bringing it back to the stories dads tell us to keep us calm when we're
Nice.
pissing our pants. Of course, we wouldn't be scared. We had to know what was going on. My dad explained that when he and my mom bought the house, no one was living there and hadn't for about 5 years. They were young and didn't have much money saved and felt grateful to find a good house at a good price, even if it would need some cleanup since no one had lived there for a while. They didn't ask a lot of questions. During their final inspection, the inspector was showing my dad how the old oil furnace and the tank in the basement worked. While they were down there, they opened an old root cellar for the first time. It was basically a dirt room leading off the basement with a heavy wooden door. When the inspector shined his flashlight around the room, they saw a skeleton piled in the corner. I did not see that coming either.
Oh, dude, you got bones in the basement, baby.
Goddamn.
Yeah, root cellar bones.
The inspector assumed it was an animal, but then rummaged around and found a human skull.
No, man, you're getting so much money knocked off this house.
Oh, you better
You're
be.
like,
Oh, it's
guess
like,
what?
oh, yeah.
You got about to drop that 30 grand. There you go.
Initially, my parents assumed that it was really old and perhaps a remnant from the house's history as a stopping point on the Underground Railroad. That would make the bones over 100 years old and basically archaeology. Not creepy. And that's fair. Archaeological
Yeah,
digs,
fair.
not
Yeah,
creepy.
no, totally.
The freshly dead, terrifying.
Yeah.
However, when the inspector called the realtor to let him know about what they'd found, the realtor said he'd call them back. When he did, he explained that he'd spoken to the adult kids of the family who had owned the house and found out that their father, the man in the photo, had gone missing about 20 years prior. Their mother had profound dementia and had become a bit violent. They assumed that he'd had enough and couldn't care for her anymore and had left. But they also said that it was common for him to hide out in the root cellar, have a beer and a smoke, and wait for his wife to calm down when her dementia became too much for him to handle. My parents decided that it was probably his body in the root cellar. Yeah, what did the cops say? What did the fucking cops say?
I mean,
did dementia fucking use some knitting needles on his fucking eyes?
I don't.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
First I'm like, oh boy.
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. There might still be a police investigation, but yeah, I can understand the parents saying, all right, we can accept this. The realtor's going to knock off 20 grand or whatever. We can do this. But this is some shit that needs to be reported. Okay. But all right, let's not jump ahead.
Look at CSI Bobby.
Yeah.
Dude.
NCIS Chris and CSI Bobby.
Continuing with what the parents were thinking, that perhaps he'd gone there to hide out and either the door jammed or his sick wife had closed him in and left him there. Like locked him to starve to death. Equally fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Cellar. I mean, we'll talk about that
Okay.
after.
Morticians claimed the bones for the family, and my parents bought the house with a bit more money, knocked off the price. Small town shit in the fucking 70s and 80s were a different breed of cat, I think.
Yeah, dude. You're like, hey, there's a body in the basement. We're going to make it cheaper. And you're
Look, it
going
was
to give you
pseudo-expected. Look, there's a 35% chance there's a body in every house in the 70s
Sure, and
that you
just,
bought.
hey, deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, fucking.
Hey, he smoked. He ate a lot of fucking portadella.
But you also got a couple of lawn chairs.
Portadella. I ate the fucking portadella.
Hey, they got some gabagool. What do you want?
Fucking
fucking died in the root cellar. Fuck. Get the bones out of here.
Yeah, fucking Danny.
My house on Banana Street actually had a root cellar in it. I didn't know about it for the longest time until I'm like, what the fuck is this door? And I opened it up. I'm like, oh, I'm underneath the porch. And this apparently is where you store potatoes.
Maybe
I had no
maybe that's
idea.
what I remember
Bringing it
because
back to
I feel
Potato
like
Head.
somebody I knew had a root cellar in their basement. Maybe it was your house that I remember.
It
'Cause I
was-
can see it being just there's a door off to the side.
Yeah,
and
if you're in the basement, like where the furnace was, it was over to the right, and you could go through it, and you were right underneath the porch. Like you
Yeah.
could like the lattice and shit. Like right now, if you go by it, the lattice is knocked in. So if anybody wants to get into that house, you just climb underneath the porch, and you're like right inside, which is
Perfect.
Anybody that wants to do that.
yeah. I mean, I sold that house for cash, so I don't give a shit what they do to it. But,
Fair enough.
But yeah, that was my little
Cash.
tiny root cellar.
That's all West End houses, though. It's like a cross between like Freddy Krueger octopus furnaces and
Yes.
fucking like Edgar Allan Poe fucking dungeons.
yeah.
and
of
actually,
dirt and mayhem.
in a lot of the houses around here, also because of Harriet Tubman, they were also part of the Underground Railroad.
At least they were put to noble use at one point.
Yeah, no, they a lot of those houses in the basement, they have like secret, weird, like little hidden rooms and shit.
Right on.
So there you go, man. Fucking root cellars ahoy.
Let's deal with this last paragraph.
Okay.
My parents got a really good deal on the house, and I got a ghost. I don't know why he had a goblin sidekick. Yep.
That's a fair question.
Yeah, it's fair.
I actually forgot that it was
Oh,
there
you
at
can't.
first.
No,
Yeah.
that's the key.
Dude.
The bitey goblin.
I was really focused on the cellar and the bones though for like the last 10 minutes.
sure
No,
because,
I was
because
thinking
we
the
took
same
a
thing.
left turn.
I completely I forgot about
There's
the
a
part
there's
one.
a hallway and
Like,
an old man with a goblin and his bones are found.
I guess. Hold on.
All right.
I'm going to finish reading this and then we'll speculate. I don't know why he wanted my attention. Maybe he wanted someone to discover what had happened to him. I don't know. I lived in the house until I went off to college with no other problems. 10 years later, my parents sold the house to a nearby university and it was demolished. I've not experienced anything since. Thank goodness. Sarah.
Oh, Sarah.
So
Thank you.
What she proposes there is an interesting thing. Now, one of my all-time, no, I won't even say one of, my all-time favorite ghost movie is The Changeling with George C. Scott from like
Oh, totally.
1980, I think, late 70s, 1980. And I don't want to like give spoilers because it's one of the greatest ghost stories ever. But in a lot of ways, it's about the dead trying to grab your attention. But in the process of that, you are utterly terrified. And I won't.
Yeah.
So table the movie. I'm not going to give up any more spoilers because I don't like that. The idea that it's like she said, I don't know why he wanted my attention. Maybe he wanted someone to discover what had happened to him. Well, that seems to be a common trope in a lot of ghost lore. Like,
Yeah.
find out who
Figure
killed
out the
me,
mystery.
find
Yeah.
out that I'm dead, inter my bones in, I guess, blessed soil so that I may ascend to heaven. Because I guess if I'm lying in a root cellar, I'm in this nebulous void of nowhere. But wouldn't it be interesting if somewhere between the confluence of Roman Catholicism or Christianity in general, where if you're not, buried in sacred ground and had the, the rites and the Roman ritual and all that bullshit, your ghost lingers, and somewhere in the old Middle Earth theories, and I know I'm going more Tolkien than actual legends of the wee folks and whatnot, that the goblins and the dead will interact. Maybe even become friends when they've had enough time to smoke and drink and hang out in a root cellar and fuck around and go to the other side. And maybe a guy that's like, man, I really want to see my loved ones. I really, my dementia-ass wife, she locked me in this fucking room, but I'm sure she's doing good on the other side. I need to get there, but this little girl, no one can figure it out. Would you please do something to get her attention? And the goblin's like, oh, I know just the fucking thing. And she, fucking all of a sudden gets, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, dude, what do you want? I want to get her attention.
He was patting the goblin on the head like, good job.
Because once she saw the man in suspenders, he knew that it would be eventually, wouldn't be before too long, that it would eventually come to pass that the wallpaper would be torn down, the cabinet would be open, the photo album would be pulled out. It's a lot of steps.
Yeah, a lot of steps.
The parents would look at photos.
Shit,
the parents would say the children could look at photos. The children would look at photos, and that one child would see him and say, he knows a goblin. And then when they found bones in the basement, that child would say, he of the bones is probably the suspender man with the goblin. And then the suspender man that has befriended the goblin would say, my friend, I will catch you on the flip. I'm going to heaven. And it just makes sense in a Judeo-Christian framework.
I don't know, man. I think this old creepy bastard and the goblin were hanging out and they were just screwing with kids.
Is he a dark wizard?
I don't
Tell me your theory, dude.
No, I think that somehow, I don't know how the hell this dude communicates with her. He's a ghost. He's communicating with her through dreams.
Yeah.
At one point. But it starts off with the goblin biting, then goes to she has the dream of the dude, but then finds the pictures, and they already knew about the guy in the house.
Is she dreaming about the portal? Is she dreaming about that Pan's Labyrinth ass side room? This Guillermo del Toro bullshit, which I love Guillermo del Toro. When I say bullshit, I mean what. But was she dreaming, or was she actually seeing a portal in that like half awake state of paranormal bliss?
Maybe it was
after she got chomped by a fucking goblin, followed him down the fucking hallway, and he's like, good job, kid.
Unless
she saw
maybe
me.
he was into some weird magic or something like that.
Oh,
like
dark magic, Donnie. Tell me about him.
I
don't know, dude. It looked like he was just chugging whiskey in the fucking basement and fucking smoking.
Yeah, but all that shit back then, like all like the early Mormon stuff and all that weird like white magic stuff that people were doing back in the day, like Appalachian shit even. Like it was all that weird like
Dutch voodoo.
Dutch voodoo. Yeah, like Dutch Pennsylvania voodoo. Like everybody was into that shit.
Bread voodoo?
It was huge in this area, like Palmyra. It was huge over there. That's how John Smith got started with all the Mormon shit, was going through all that weird Dutch magic shit. So maybe that's, I don't know if they have goblin conjuring. It just seems kind of odd that it's an old dude with a goblin sidekick. Yep, and his body was already discovered and they already knew about it. So it's not like he was already laid to rest.
No, the parents knew.
Yeah, but the Freddy protocol already happened.
Had it though?
Because they took the bones.
Unlike your suppositions, I read nothing that indicated, and then the police came and an investigation happened, and he was rightfully interred. All I fucking read was, shut that fucking door, discount on your house, here you go.
Well, no, they said that they gave the bones to the family.
Oh, well, I forgot that part.
You son of a bitch. Are you Darboing me? Am I
dude,
Darbo?
I'm trying. I don't know. See,
now I have to make sure.
At this point, I don't know if I'm in Nightmare on Elm Street 1 or 3. And I don't know if fucking John Saxon is fighting Freddy Krueger's claymation bones in a fucking junkyard or what's going on.
Well, yeah, there's no, I mean, the parents found the bones and they got a discount. I mean, that's the sloppy short version of what happened. Like, that's it.
Yeah,
he didn't murder people.
We don't know he didn't murder people. I mean, he could have murdered a whole spate of people.
Sure, but I mean, that doesn't explain the goblin. I mean, it has no bearing on anything.
Well, here's the thing. Nothing explains the fucking goblin. That's the problem.
We don't know the rules of the dead.
Okay, so
nobody knows the rules of the dead. Maybe you get goblins. If you've been at a property for long enough, you get goblins.
Maybe you do.
So the morticians claimed the bones for the family, and my parents bought the house. Okay, so maybe that's the key, though. The mortician claimed the bones, saying, "Oh, these are for the family," but maybe the spirit never had any closure because his family was already dead. Because they clearly were, because this was built on top of a fucking farmhouse.
That's a legitimate
So I darbled myself.
It's all fair.
You darbled yourself.
You look like you're just like confused over there. You're like,
so
I just don't know.
What you're saying is why is he still there if his bones are not there?
Well, no, I mean, I would assume that was the closure. His bones were found. And
well,
then
that's
he
what I
was-
mean. That's what
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
I was assuming it was closure for him, but maybe it wasn't.
Right.
Because his family was already gone, and that's how he got the goblin. Adopt a goblin. Rare,
Adopt a goblin.
Not a lot of people know about that program. It's part of the United Way.
So he was stuck at the house
good.
because he got the
a lot of
goblins, and they took the
And old
bones away.
drunks.
But they didn't do a ritual. Maybe they just took the bones and fucking threw them in the goddamn dump, and so he was stuck there
it's
with
true.
the goblins.
Yeah,
Who
maybe.
knows if the morticians did right by the bones? You might say, "Oh, we're gonna bring him back to his rightful family. Fucking hook him in the dump."
Yeah, right.
How do you get hooked up with a goblin in the afterlife? Unless maybe it's some weird.
Here's how. It seems so easy to me because
Like a familiar, maybe.
because goblins are there. Humans aren't all that important. Human beings are like new to the scene, evolutionarily speaking. If we're going to believe in some Magonia type shits, fucking the Fae, the Wee folk, they've all been there. The hidden people long before us. They've been occupying what, we call Earth. Who knows what they fucking called it. They've been doing what they want to do. And then these monkeys end up fucking losing some hair and getting uppity, and they end up doing their shit, and they call themselves human beings eventually. Fucking Homo sapiens sapiens. And then fucking these things are like, fuck you guys. You built a bulldozer, but I know magic. I live forever. I'm sexy as shit, especially if I'm an elf. Fucking eat it, but we have whatever powers we have to dominate shit. Tolkien wrote the greatest metaphor. Hard to read. Impossible to read.
Yeah, Jesus.
but
no.
fucking-
it's tough.
But it's a good metaphor, like what happened in that the age of man rolled over this shit. But it doesn't mean they're not older, wiser, more powerful, and still intrinsic to our land. Still, a goblin in the earth, like a dwarf that likes to mine, is just fundamental to this place. So maybe when you die, if you're very lucky and you drink enough and you smoke enough in a root cellar, you can commune with the goblins.
My other theory, just like what you just had, is what if the goblin was living in the root cellar the entire time?
I think
and it was like the dude's friend.
we have to be
This is my boy.
If there's any truth to any Fae lore, the world has to be chock full of it.
Yeah.
And they have decided, for whatever reason, maybe we're fucking toxic. It could be a toxic relationship. It could be a really bad relationship. And they're like, fuck you guys. We're going to fucking stay in Feyland, Neverland, fucking Magonia, name 1,000 names and enjoy it.
Yep.
And that occasionally they still show up, and occasionally they show themselves to the most innocent of children or fucking whatever on some roadside. But they're not going to dick around with us, atom-splitting assholes because we've proven that we're fucking douche bandits. And we can be probably hyper-destructive on multiple realities with our technology without even realizing it. And if karmically... if we're going to take anything from fucking the whole fucking Stardust affair, if karmically we are as detrimental as we seem to be, these motherfuckers wouldn't want to be entangled with us at all.
No,
At
and then
all.
you just
seemingly not.
you
no.
end up with one as a sidekick when you're dead.
So,
There it is.
the thing is, because it seems so evil, like the gray pants are always evil. Stringy long hair, always evil. Goblins that bite you, especially when you're a child, evil.
Yeah,
we've all seen
super evil,
We've
dude.
all seen fucking Eye of the Cat or Cat's
Cat's
Eye.
Eye.
Cat's
Eye
Eye.
of the
Thank you.
cat.
Thank you. It's the eye of
I
the
know, that's
cat
what I was-
that
right.
bites Drew Barrymore. So fucking, we've all seen
Nailed
this
it.
shit. We know it, and that's the best part of that movie. We've gone down that road many times.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking, maybe this isn't as dark as it seems. Maybe it is an old man
yeah.
wrongfully killed and an elemental creature befriending each other in their times of need and helping each other out. It seems so obviously evil that maybe it's literally the sweetest story we have ever done on this podcast.
I like that you try to take that approach with most things, but I'm going to go back to my war on the goblins because they're biting children.
Because it's that town in Mexico. It's the museum. You're going right back to it.
That's
a
right.
Patreon callback.
I forgot about the Goblin Museum.
Oh, the whole town was about to be invaded.
They were. Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
It was. Goblins biting kids, you can't have it.
I agree.
There you go.
No, right.
Bite a kid, save a village.
Huh? What? Okay.
That's the trade-off.
Thank you, Chris.
You guys in your pro goblin stance.
Wow.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
So, are you calling me a goblin cuck?
I mean, your pro goblin stance aside, and I'm the only one here with a goblin shirt on. You fuckers.
It's true.
Yeah, right.
Oh shit! All right, well there it is.
Sarah, thank you.
yes,
it is fascinating.
thank you so
and
much.
terrifying.
Yeah, that
Like,
story. Holy.
honestly,
moly.
I know we all went on our own like little trails of whimsy there, and that's what we want to do. But honestly, it is a terrifying story. I'm sorry you had to go through it. I would like to think and this is not me talking shit at all. I mean, I know Mark and I literally disagree on it, both, figuratively and fucking metaphorically, but fucking, I want to think that there was a positive reason for this. There was a reason why you had to undergo this torturous event. And it is torturous and hopefully not lifelong debilitating. And I hope it's just not that goblins are dicks, the dead are jerks.
Right.
And fucking be careful where you move, because boy, that would suck.
I mean, trying to put a positive spin on the kid getting bitten by a goblin is, I
see the disappointment in your eyes.
Yeah, no, because I don't know why.
So tell me, what's
fuck
positive?
These little bastards. Fuck them.
What's the pro of making this bad? I want Sarah to feel good about this.
She already clearly doesn't feel good about it.
Yeah.
She's bummed out. She's like, this shit sucked. And I'm here to be like, yeah, it did. Let's go kill goblins, Sarah.
Oh,
Me and
boy.
you. There
You are the
go.
worst therapist in the world, sir.
No, I'm here to positively reinforce killing of goblins.
I'm here to positively reinforce your negative emotions.
Exactly.
And make them more violent.
Yeah, it's justice replaced by revenge.
The dead sometimes...
It's a Ringworm record, that song.
Oh my God, it
in
really
a
does.
record too.
I think the dead love the elementals and they need to communicate any way they can. And sometimes the elementals don't understand that pain is not the preferred method of communication for human beings.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Send a text next time, buddy.
Send a text.
Back in time.
Like
a telegraph.
Rob. Send emojis like
Yeah,
Rob.
something. Just leave some pizza.
Oh,
And the pepperoni spells out your message.
Oh, a little message in the pepperoni.
What's going to be your planchette? Breadsticks?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we get with the OG like Pizza Hut breadsticks when they used to be good?
I
The
remember
Parmesan.
So thick and
Oh,
fluffy,
dude,
so
they
light,
used to be
delicious,
so good.
crisp on the
Dude, you can
outside.
get, if you get the ones with the cheese on them, they're still fucking good.
I think they're. I haven't had it in
It's been years. Yeah.
I went a couple months ago and it was great.
Really? No shit.
Damn.
Huh,
Well, I mean,
okay. Do they sell the salad bar? Why? Why
COVID,
fuck with
dude.
the salad bar though?
COVID.
Why ever even
Salad bars
offer
were
it?
kind of
It's-
never really a good
But
idea, dude.
it's always been dog shit. They have peas and onions
I know.
and like pepperoncinis.
Dude, you think I've
What are
never
you
been on a
doing?
diet at Pizza Hut? I know the salad
I mean,
bar.
I know,
think
but
they
it's
should do that.
terrible.
Yeah.
That's why I
Why?
never got it, though.
Why even do it?
Oh, so we're all in agreement. Fuck the salad
Yeah,
bar.
No,
we
yeah,
found-
I don't
We
agree
found
with it.
common ground.
Oh, I thought you were lamenting its absence.
No,
Chris and
I
were like,
hate the
"Fuck,
salad
get
bar.
rid
The
of that.
salad
Oh,
bar
fuck that
sucks.
shit. Yeah.
I mean, their
No.
salad bar sucks. There's some salad bars that are good. Just theirs wasn't.
Oh yeah, no, like dude, the salad bar at fucking Texas de Brazil.
that is
wow.
the
Well,
salad
that's
bar.
Dude, that is
that's
the
a lie, though. You go
salad
there
bar.
for all the meat, the wonderful meat.
Dude, the salad bar has meat in it.
Oh, you can't waste your time
Dude,
with
there's fucking crab
salad.
legs in the fucking salad
Yeah,
bar.
dude, have you ever been to the fucking Texas de Brazil salad bar?
I'm poor.
I'll bring you.
No,
All right, let's go.
You are
Yeah.
exactly as poor as me.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
you
but I
guys-
haven't had
you
that.
guys-
Guys are exactly as poor as each
Yeah,
other.
But
yeah.
did you go there alone, Chris?
No.
All right. So
Why would you go there alone?
My friends are poor, except for you two.
You, what the fuck?
I don't know what you proved.
I don't know what you just
but-
did. Listen, the moral of this is that we all found common ground. We might not agree with how evil it is for goblins to torture children, but we all agree that the salad bar at Pizza Hut is dog shit.
We do agree on
That's
that.
how we become friends.
Maybe it was good at one point.
I don't
in the
remember it ever
80s,
being good,
probably.
man. I don't know. I used to. I love a good salad bar, but like the fucking ranch dressing sucked, and the peas are always nasty. You got to put too much of
Well,
the
peas is a
bacon.
mistake.
Yeah, it's
It's a
fucking-
salad.
I know.
Fucking
Yeah.
peas.
But
Get
the,
out of here.
I know, but like the
Like,
Sorry,
have you
I feel
ever
like peas
have
in
you
a
ever
salad,
been
but-
served a fucking salad at
You're
home and someone
wrong.
said peas?
the sunset.
How do you want your peas?
The sunset got me
Excuse
hooked
me?
on peas and salad because the sunset would always put them in there. But anyway,
Someone says wrong.
I know, and they're coming back. They're coming back. There you have it, Cryptonaut podcast. Listener stories episode. Let me go back here and find my email. I believe it was. Did I say it was 24?
24.
Yeah, part 24. Holy
Hot damn.
shit! There it is, closing it out. Well, we actually, due to pod time and scheduling, we will have one more episode of listener stories next week, closing it out, and then we're going to be getting back to some goodness from Rob over here. So be on the lookout for that.
Hell yeah.
Before we do the closing here, we have some Patreon shout outs. Robert, from the folks that support us over there at patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. They recently launched the free feature, which is not a free thing, it's a follow. So just if
Yeah,
they
that's
could
it.
rename it to follow, that'd be dope. But if you want to check us out and just see, hey, what do they post? When do they post it? You can do that. We also post the stuff on the social media. So if you're following us, you already see what we do.
That's true.
Patreon, Robert.
Beginning with, and I won't sigh. I am delighted
No,
by every
I'm
one
excited
of these
for these
names.
people and their support, but the company itself irritates me.
That's fair.
Okay? They're a middleman. I accept it, and I appreciate what they do. You're not a social media company, though, Patreon. Get with it.
Damn straight.
There it is, Robert.
Jillian Rose.
Thank you, Jillian.
Anthony Hall.
Thank you, Anthony.
Tanner Jansen.
Hell yeah, Tanner.
Liam Thacker.
What up, Liam?
Oliver Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Oliver.
Jonas James Farrell.
Thank you, Jonas.
Anna.
Anna, what's up?
I know,
Thank
I like
you.
that. So sweet, so
Thank
simple,
you.
so elegant.
I love it.
Courtney and Jason Bangert.
Thank you, Courtney and Jason.
Prime Rush.
Oh,
One word.
shit. Prime
Oh,
Rush.
yeah, that's an energy drink.
I know,
Yeah.
it's got to be.
Has to be.
Yeah. As I'm sucking down my Gatorade over here.
Kevin Fisher.
Thank you, Kevin.
Joshua Nelson.
Thank you, Josh.
Lucas Woodard.
Thank you, Lucas.
Justin Johnson, a.k.a. the Cryptid, formerly known as Bob Ross.
Welcome back.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
back. Thank you for your continued support.
Speaking of which, Carrie Veruda.
Oh shit, Carrie, what's up?
Our
yeah,
buddy.
yeah, no, she's on Discord. We talk to her all the time on there. She's super cool. Thank you for your support, Carrie.
The great and mighty Rob.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not assuming it's an homage to me, but I sort of am.
I like it.
Thank you. And if you just happen to be named Rob and you're fucking a narcissist, all right, good.
Yeah,
good.
whatever. It's fine.
yeah,
That's
Great,
fine.
great and muddy Rob. Thank you for your continued monthly support.
Dot space just.
Thank you. With your cool name. I love it.
It's hipster.
There you go.
Lost Spaceman.
Thank you, Lost Spaceman.
Rocky. Oh, I was struggling with this before, and Chris and I were playing with this.
Yeah.
Rocky Irion. Ion.
Irion.
Irion.
Iron.
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 Yeah. Ariane or Irion, maybe?
Irion.
Irion. Rocky
I'm gonna
Irion.
go-
Irion. But it's the
Irion.
I and E in this case. It might be.
I'm going to say it is.
Irion. Yeah, I think it is.
Or
I think it's
Irion.
Rocky
All
Irion.
right, you know what?
Orion.
We have settled on
Orion.
Rocky Irion.
Yes.
There's a lot of things.
If we're wrong, Rocky, the deal is, in case you're brand new to the show, let us know we fucked up your name horribly. We'll say it again for free. Cody Amos.
Thank you, Cody.
Thank you for being so easy to pronounce, Cody, and thank you for supporting us. Russell Keyser will be rounding up this batch. Thank you all so fucking much.
Yepers.
We can't do it without you. I can't get sloppy drunk and forget my arguments without your support.
We appreciate
We can't research, write, and fucking have the sweet ass studio without you. And honestly, you guys just all make it worth it. So thank you.
For sure.
Patreon.com/Cryptonaut Podcast. Check that out if you'd like some awesome bonus content before we get out of here, boys. Obviously, you can follow us on the social medias, the Instas and the Twitters and the Facebooks and all the social things that are happening over there with the medias. We got the T-shirts at Heller Space. We got the Cryptonaut merch, CryptonautMerch.com. Check that out. 2 different merch stores. Go to CryptonautPodcast.com. It connects all this shit together. It's super easy. Do it all there. We got some very special thank yous, though, going out to some good listeners that sent us some gifts
Oh my God.
for our brand new studio.
Dude,
Now,
we got some stuff.
there's a rule in the studio. It's no fucking.
There's apparently that was the unwritten rule that I didn't want to obey.
Well, you said that you're a rebel and you break rules.
It's true. I'm a rebel and I do break rules.
So, just,
And, my mom lives with me and fucking I take care of her and she's sickly and I love her. But that doesn't mean dick slinging is a very easy thing.
no. So maybe you'll choose to break rules. Maybe you'll choose to follow them.
Oh,
We'll see.
What I'm going to do is fuck in this studio while I'm staring at this beautiful new sign that is admonishing me to do exactly the opposite.
We're gonna post this up on the Instas. But yes, we got a no fucking in the studio sign. Courtesy,
We sure did.
Courtesy of our dude Dooner. Check him out at etsy.com/shop/mindful7. I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out. He also sent us these really cool like keychains and these like scented. What I think you got it right there. It's called like a freshie Rob. It's right next to you.
Yes, they are. And
Yeah,
they're
these are
awesome.
And
Holy
they're
shit.
super cool, dude.
They
Yeah,
smell
put
so-
like our
yeah, these are
logo
great.
in
You can
there.
hear
The
the
whole
sound of
9
them.
yards. Yes.
Yeah,
Mindful
dude, it's
7
awesome.
reusable with essential oils. And I get my
Yeah.
spearmint on before every motherfucking pod.
Dude, so you can get your essential oils on. So there
that's
it is.
definitely dangling from the party van.
Oh, dude, for sure. No, I'm actually gonna put one in my locker at work to make it smell better because my locker at work stinks, and then I'm gonna put one in my truck to make that smell even better. Also, too, we want to give a shout out here to I have the card here in my hand. Arts arts_by_Max. I will put this a link for this also in the description of this podcast. They sent us a picture of the Mothman twerking.
Oh, dude, it's a great picture.
Dude, it's an awesome picture.
It's an ass full of fucking joy. It's a beautiful, beautiful illustration of a twerking, thick-set mothman. Doesn't matter.
Dude,
doesn't matter.
Mothman's got fucking gack for fucking
it's
days.
so great.
Oh,
I
my
laughed
God.
so hard when we saw
Dude.
it's such a beautiful piece of artwork.
It really is.
I cannot wait to hang. I think we definitely have to hang it in the video
Oh my God,
studio.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, awesome sticker came along
Thank
with
you
it.
so fucking much.
No,
Thank you.
We
both.
appreciate all the presents that we get from our listeners.
Oh my
They're-
God,
they're
you guys are
awesome.
so good. And again, the no fucking sign delights me.
Oh my God,
dude,
it's so
it's
good,
Grays.
It's the best part. It's Grays.
Yeah, no, it nails everything.
Grays.
No pun
Fucking
intended.
with the fucking the Ghostbusters / the classic don't fuck, but that just makes me want to do it twice as much.
I mean, just give us a heads up so we don't like walk in.
Dude,
on
I
you,
would not.
that's
I would
all.
roll in here late at night. I would. You guys. Oh, maybe Chris, because he's a very dedicated fucking studio caretaker,
Office manager.
office manager / podfather.
Just gonna hear him roll up on his e-bike and be like, "What was that?"
So if you guys see
Oh,
a sock,
put your-
sock on
Not
the door,
at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Put your pants on quick.
because you just never know. Now I'm lucky enough that the lady friends I have, God bless each and every one, have homes and apartments and whatnot. But you never know when fucking the situation might arise, and it's
All
like
right.
Uncle Rob gets some booty, and I've got the fucking the Cryptonaut studio keys in my pocket, and I'm like, yeah,
All right.
this is what's happening.
Well, when
Want to see
you
my studio?
yeah, when you bring your
Wanna see
lady
some
friends,
artwork, some fan set.
when your lady friends come in, make sure that they see that sign, and then they can choose to abide by the rules.
Oh,
if they want
won't.
to.
Oh my God, if they're gonna fuck me, they're not gonna abide by any rules. It's a rule-free zone.
They've given up the rules.
Fucking lawless.
Solid rebellion. It's Fury Road
Yeah.
all the way, man.
Oh shit! It's
Fuck
you,
that shit.
You and Furiosa. There
Oh,
you
dude,
go.
we're gonna be
Holy
wearing spiked
shit.
football pads and fucking hitting it and never quitting it.
Oh fuck! There it is. Thank y'all so very much. Talking to you soon.
Goodbye.
Oh shit! Oh my God! Oh, I fucking love that sign.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit, that's
And
awesome.
hello. Fucking doth happen in the studio.
Oh God damn it!